Good morning, everyone. This is Celeste, and this is the 26th day of my juice fast. My weigh-in really doesn't really matter today because my period started over the weekend, and I was up a couple pounds today. But there's a little backstory on what happened yesterday. So if you guys watched my last video blog, I was very excited. I was right after my juice party that I did on Saturday, and I was extremely excited. I knew my period had started. I kind of jumped the gun though on how the benefits of juicing have helped my uterine issues. So I felt amazing on Saturday, but on Sunday I woke up in basically in a pool of my own blood. Extremely nauseous, extreme pain throughout my abdomen and lower back, to the point of getting nauseous. I didn't wake up in that much pain. At first I was fine, and I was fine for a couple hours, but I woke up early, like at 8 o'clock, and then I stayed in bed until like 11 or 12 watching episodes of United States of Terra. Well, finally at around 11:30, I said, we need to get up, we need to get ready for this other juice party, we need to get some things done. So as I got up, I went to the kitchen and I started to prepare my juice. Now, mind you, I hadn't had anything to eat or drink all morning, and I was having a very heavy period, and pain cramps were starting to set in. And as I went to the kitchen to start prepping some watermelon and cucumber and whatnot, I was finished prepping it, and I suddenly felt like I was gonna fall over. I felt lightheaded and very weak, and my hands were shaking like really bad. And I told Renee, please come help me. And she took a moment, and I said, Renee, I need your help right now. And she came in the kitchen, and she said, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, I feel like I'm gonna fall over, so I'm gonna go to the restroom, because I felt like kind of nauseous too, and I also felt like I had to go to the restroom. So I just went in the bathroom and sat on the toilet. In a few moments, I broke out into a very, very bad cold sweat. I was having clotting and blood, really bad blood, and I fainted right on the toilet. I fainted. Renee had walked away. She came back. She was getting me something, some water or something. She came back, and I was out cold, I guess. And she thought I was dead. And so she slapped my face a few times. I don't remember any of this. All I know is that when I came to, she said, your face is red. Does it hurt? And I said, well, no, my face doesn't hurt, but why would it hurt? And she said, because I slapped you 3 times and gave you mouth to mouth because you were out. And I was crying. I was in a lot of pain. I felt really, really, really horrible. I am not diagnosed with anything in particular. I've tried to go to a doctor before, and they just wanted to give me a prescription for Vicodin, and I just won't take painkillers. So after this juice fast and some of the weight is lost, I would like to go back to a legitimate gynecologist and find out if it's endometriosis or PCOS. But even if it is, I need to find out natural ways to cure it, because I won't take the hormones and chemicals that they typically prescribe to women who have these conditions. So that's my stubbornness. I don't want to take medicine. And anyway, so it was a really bad, rough morning yesterday. She brought me some beet juice, beet and carrot juice to give me the iron, because I was obviously extremely anemic. I had turned white. I couldn't cool off. She had to cover me in ice. I was sweating profusely. I was really, really sick. Renee, when I came to, Renee had the phone in her hand and was ready to call 911. And I'm glad she didn't, but I've had this happen to me a couple times in my life. One time I have been picked up by paramedics at work before. So this is an issue that's a really big issue, and I'm hoping that changing the diet will create long-term effects, but I also think that I need to go and figure out if there's what it is, and then start researching natural ways to cure what's wrong with me. I've also heard of a natural procedure, if it is endometriosis, of being able to help with the lining of my uterus. Anyway, so I was a little weak all day yesterday. We still had the juice party, and the juice party yesterday was just a completely different crowd of people, completely different vibe from the first juice party. Now, if you remember, I mentioned the first juice party was people that were kind of like people like me, who have been researching about health and trying out juicing. And there were no juice virgins. They all were kind of familiar with the benefits of juicing, had seen a lot of the documentaries out there. More of an informed group, and a group of people that have their own health issues and weight issues that they are trying to tackle through wanting to switch to more plant-based foods and juicing. So, and then we had a couple people that were really knew a lot, especially Rita, and she was able to share the information. Now Sunday, first of all, nobody showed up at first, and then I had to remind everybody, hey, you know it starts at 3, not 7. And people were like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. So then some people came over, and what it ended up being was some teenagers had asked me if they could come to the event. I know them from some events that I've been to in the past, and I said, yeah, there's not going to be any alcohol or booze or anything that you need to worry about. So the teenagers, they came, my friends Luna and Soleil, and they were really into it, and they both came up with their own juice recipes, and then they were asking their mom if they could get a juicer, which was really great because I just wish that at that age I had been exposed to things like this. I think it would have been really beneficial for me to have known earlier on than waiting till my 30s to really get into this and know more. So I'm glad. And then not only were those two teenagers there, my friend Sharia was there, and then my other friend Autumn brought her teenage daughter, and she brought all of her teenage friends. So it ended up being that there were, I think, 6 teenagers and 4 adults. And we ended up, I got the kids involved and into juicing, and they tried all the juices, which is really awesome. We did go with more sweet juices, as far as I did my orange carrot Julius, and we did things with asparagus and dandelion and things that they'd never even heard of, and golden beets. And so they all got to try things that they'd never had before, and I allowed them to make some recipes up and stuff like that, and I'll be posting some of their recipes. But it was really exciting to get to work with younger people. And I usually don't let kids over to my house, but not a very kid friendly person. But when it comes to teenagers, if they're really interested in learning more about health, I'm more than excited to share the everything I've been learning with the kids. I think it's really good. It's just that sometimes it's not the coolest thing maybe to get into health. So sometimes I think it's good to just bring kids, get the kids that are interested and have them come over separately from their friends who are maybe not as interested in health, because then sometimes the ones that are really more interested maybe like downplay their interest because they don't want to look like they're not cool, and I'm just really excited to be able to share this with younger people. And I really hope that younger people are starting to take an interest and not waiting until they're in their 30s, 40s, and 50s and actually have something wrong with them before they're willing to try to make different changes in their life. And I was just telling the kids, I'm not telling you to stop eating what you eat. I'm not telling you to stop, the foods that you like and whatever, but if at this point you can just start incorporating little healthy changes, maybe some healthy substitutions, a little bit of juice, just start doing that, and maybe eventually you'll want to do more with the health. You can incorporate little baby steps, little pieces and parts. I know it's really hard when you're young to want to try new things. So I was excited. It was a good thing. Today I feel weak and I have had cramps. And I am taking Midol. And also, I have to admit, yesterday, Renee was really scared for me. And she really didn't want me to not have any kind of food. So she made me food. I ended up having a bowl of, we don't have any food in the house. So all I had was some couscous. So I had wheat, even though I'm trying to go gluten-free. I had couscous with I cooked up with some herbs and some, natural herbs and salt-free herbs and some liquid aminos. And then I put diced avocado, tomato, green onion, cilantro. I don't think I had cilantro. Those 3 things on top of it, mixed it all up together. and I had some prunes. So I had those things. I did break my fast with a meal, and I'm admitting that just so you guys know that I'm being honest with you, and I can't honestly say that I did a 60-day fast of juice only, because you guys already know that I had soup last weekend, and because of my pain and Renee's fear of me having to pass out or faint again, I did eat a bowl of couscous with some veggies on top. I wasn't even into it really. I mean, it was sustenance, and I was eating it more like taking my medicine, like if you take your vitamins or something in the morning. I felt like I was just doing that. I didn't really truly enjoy it. I'm not sure why. I just guess I've been kind of craving the juice more. And she was trying to give me something when I was like feeling really ill earlier. She wanted to give me food right away, and I said no, just give me some juice. Give me some beet juice for the iron. So she brought me some beet and carrot and apple juice, and kind of brought me back to life, which was good. I also did take Midol, and I didn't want to take any Midol, aspirin, nothing on my period. So I feel kind of like, I guess I can't feel really guilty, because I was really in a bad situation, and it's better than having been in a hospital. But I kind of feel bad that I was really super excited and stoked about not feeling any of those symptoms, only to experience some of the worst symptoms I've ever had the following day. And I don't blame the juice fast. I think it's all part of the detoxification and the changing of my body. And I think that if my body is treated right for a long period of time, that those symptoms will subside. And I really do need to get a diagnosis so that I can find out how to naturally treat the symptoms that I'm experiencing. But yeah, you can tell I'm very weak. I don't feel good. I have cramps. I did take a Midol. I did not eat anything today. I'm just juicing. Oh yeah, I didn't even get to mention what juices I have today. So this is one of my regular juices. It's I did small ones today too, because I don't feel like a big one today. Beet, carrot, spinach, ginger, apple in here. Beet, carrot, spinach, apple, ginger. And this one is a golden beet, carrot, papaya, a whole head of romaine lettuce, some dandelion, and apple. Oh, and pear. So that's what this one is. So, yep, I got my 2 juices. All right, well, you guys have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know. Hope you guys are all doing great, and I'll talk to you later.